The Super Mario franchise is pretty crazy. There is so many games, series, and everything inside of it. When you really think about it, you got 3D Mario, 2D Mario, Paper Mario, Mario Kart, and so many other beloved series. But really, when you come to think about it, what could be next for all of them? Or just 3D? Anyways, it's pretty much part of our ongoing series, so consider hit that subscribe button if you're a big fan of series and anyways, let's get straight into it. 3D Mario is essentially the big part of the Mario franchise when you really come to think about it. This is the one that everyone knows and everyone wants so bad. 3D Mario this, 3D Mario that. Well, what could be next for 3D Mario? Well, it seems like the next game is going to be releasing in 2027. Now, this is a key point, because honestly, this could lead into so many different ideas, and honestly, I think that this would be great. Now, first off, one of the big major ideas is the fact that this game is going to be an open world. Now, an open world 3D Mario game would be really fantastic, being able to feel kind of similar to the Super Mario movie, if you remember that movie. That was pretty awesome. You could go to one kingdom to the next kingdom to the next kingdom. You can save pretty much everyone in whatever order you want. May that be Peach or a Penguin or a Donkey Kong, or you pretty much save all of Mario's friends. Honestly think that that would be the best way that they can take the 3D Mario formula. So maybe that's what's going to happen, and maybe not. Funny story, Miyamoto actually doesn't like story, so in fact, you can really assume that the next 3D Mario is going to have a dry story and good gameplay. So at least we pointed that out. The other way that they could do it, though, is more a linear level, sort of like 3D World and 3D Land, maybe also like Odyssey in some ways, but instead of open world, it would be sort of like linear levels once again. Who knows how they're going to do it, but I honestly think that this would be fantastic. When you really think about it, maybe also they could be really getting into the galaxy theme. And guess what? Today is May the 4th, so may the 4th be with you. Of course, it's Star Wars Day, so why not better way than to talk about Galaxy? Well, technically, if we're really talking about it, the next 3D Mario could also be something to do with Galaxy. Maybe Nintendo wants to jingle keys in front of us and say, hey, you watched the Mario Galaxy movie? Well, guess what? You'll like Galaxy 3, and Galaxy 4, and Galaxy 5. So please, have a great time with that. Moving over to 2D Mario. Now, 2D Mario definitely is very interesting. Really, when you come to think about it, this game was Super Mario Bros. Wonder back in 2023. Now, this one is definitely really interesting, because they can go in so many ways. Are they going to really return the wheel for 2D Mario and make it completely something different? Because they really reinvented it when it came to Mario Bros. Wonder. It was just a different time for Mario fans. You could go to one little Wonder Flower, the entire level and mission is completely different. You go to the next one, completely different once again. It honestly was pretty crazy. When you come to think about it, what could be next for this game? Well, for starters, I think that there's going to be something different after Wonders. Seeing as now the big leak of upcoming games for some reason is mixed reality or split dimension or whatever the case may be, they possibly could do this. Because honestly, think about it this way. A 2D Mario game that you're going to revisit sort of like different timelines inside of the Mario universe. Like, for example, one level could be Galaxy, space theme, where you have to deal with gravity in some ways. That would be really awesome. Because then you would have like a galaxy themed background, you're going there and you see Yoshi and all of these things would really be awesome. But then you could also have another sort of theme. It could be N64 or Mario 64, where you have the art style of Mario 64, but like in a weird way. You're going to explore the kingdom, but it's not a 3D game. It's a 2D game. So that would be really awesome. Another way that you could do it is go into Mario Kart. Maybe you're driving around Mario Kart doing these specific little levels. That would be the coolest game. So if this comes out, I would say if Nintendo is actually going to put like all of this effort into making like a super cool 2D Mario game, it would probably release in 2030 or even later. But hey, I'd be really excited for this. I think that this would be fantastic. Now let's speed fire through most of the other franchises. Paper Mario, for example. Now, Paper Mario definitely is really interesting. On one hand, they could easily take something like A Thousand Year Door, Origami King, slap them together, and call it a day. Because it seems like they want to innovate in some ways, but also take what works and throw it into there. Because if you've seen the sales, and if you've seen, I believe it was a post on X or something, how well a Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door sold, potentially they're going to do something similar to that, and we're finally going to go back to the original sort of formula. It seems like the original anything is always the best way when it comes to video games. I don't know if that's just me. But overall, maybe this could be releasing 2029 or 2032. Now, this might just sound like a random number, but just saying, because the last Paper Mario game was Thousand Year Door. Maybe they're waiting a bit. Oh, these games are good. All right, slap, 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 slap. Boom. Moving on. Okay, so Mario and Luigi. Now, Mario and Luigi technically is still underneath the series part. In this video, we're not going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion. I mean, we could, maybe in the later video. But this one's definitely really cool. So, Brothership 2024 game. And everyone didn't like that. Yeah, there's a lot of mixed reviews about that game. For starters, the levels were kind of a mix. Like, they just re-added overall, didn't feel good. So maybe the next part for that is just going to be a remaster of an older game, like Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I'm just saying, I really do enjoy that game. I think that this is something truly special. And if they really wanted to bring back the community for Mario and Luigi, what they would do is probably take one of the fan favorite games, remaster them, see how it goes, and then if that goes well, then you would move over and make another Mario and Luigi game, because that would make the most sense. That's how you would do it, because then you can know, okay, do the fans like this game? Am I going to take it? What made this game special? Add all of these things, and boom, there you go. Now you got something fantastic. Now, if we're moving over to Mario Kart. Now, this one's definitely really interesting. Mario Kart World just released, and you really come to think about it, this game doesn't have that much content. It really doesn't. It's a fun game, doesn't have any content. So what could they add? Well, for starters, we've seen that Nintendo is slowly updating that game. It's very slow, but surely they're updating the game. Now, on one hand, you might just say, well, they could easily, implement some things. What could they implement? Oh yeah, new characters, new tracks, new series. Who knows? They could definitely add a lot of things. Maybe they could even add spin-off characters like Link and Mario Kart. That was awesome. Inkling would be even cooler. And if they're going to do a DLC, probably in 2029 or something, if they're actually going to do a DLC. Hey, I could be wrong. It could be this year. If they do that, well, then what's most likely going to happen is they're going to do little islands. So if you buy the DLC, you can take your cart and go across the 7 seas and make your way over. Get yourself the island. Coconut Mall's there, and Daisy's cruise ship is there. Whole bunch of things are there. And all of a sudden, you got something really exciting to behold. But if that doesn't happen, it seems like Mario Kart World is going down the platoon, I guess. But also, we could maybe see the GameCube application get Mario Kart Double Dash. That'd be pretty fantastic when it comes to it. Okay, so spitfiring through a couple series here. Mario Party! Now, Mario Party definitely would be really cool. The last game was Mario Party Jamboree back in 2024. Now, this game was pretty cool, and it added a whole bunch of things to the Mario Party series. So, the next game, if we get something brand new, which is going to be a long time because we just got a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which usually means that Nintendo has nothing in stock, so move on. So, this is probably going to happen way later, 2033. Yep, let's go with that. 2033, that's a long time. Mario Party is most likely going to be something like Super Mario Party. I mean, it could be 2029, who knows. But Super Mario Party, because those games actually work really well. If you're flipping a steak, you can use the controller. The steak makes sense, obviously. So, like, overall, that is definitely really cool. And now the last series franchise that I want to talk about is Mario and Sonic and Mario Rabbids. Now, Mario Rabbids, that's an interesting one. We haven't really seen that in a while. They're probably not done with the series because the first one and the second one actually sold pretty well. So we can just assume that 2028. Never played a Mario Rabbids game, so I have no opinion or commentary on that. Mario and Sonic, well, seeing as 2025, or I mean 2026, would have been the perfect time since the Winter Olympics. Yeah, maybe the series is kaput, but I don't believe in it, so maybe 2030 is going to be the return of the series. Or the old games, yeah, that probably wouldn't work. Anyways, also, I told you we'd talk about Luigi's Mansion at some point, right? But anyways, this series is most likely going to return or make a return in 2026 following a recent leak about Nintendo planning something with Luigi's Mansion 4. This game will most likely feature about the same gimmicks and hotels and stuff as Luigi's Mansion 3 did. And also, as I was editing this video, I completely forgot about Mario Sports. I just don't never play Mario Sports games. But first, the next one will most likely happen in 2028. I'm just saying it's going to be hockey. That's right. It's probably going to be hockey. I have no idea. But maybe. Okay, see ya. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider to hit the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Nintendo, news, Sonic, Splatoon. Who knows? Pretty cool. Actually, wait, I lied. Sonic, get that out of here. We don't do Sonic. Also, may the 4th be with... Okay, wait. May the 4th be with you. Have a great day.